fucking. We'll do it live, just like that. We'll do it fucking live. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RepTheWarriors.com. My name's Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. That's Jesse Rubacala. And we've been talking about a lot of shit. Actually, we just get into the Michael Chiesa shit. So Mike Chiesa, you guys know, was one of the, I guess, victims, you could say, of the McGregor throwing a dolly at the fighter bus at Barclays Center in New York, in Brooklyn, New York. And he is now suing Conor McGregor. So there's two camps now, right? Obviously, as amazing as social media is, there's two camps of idiots. No, there's one camp of idiots, in my opinion. The other camp where it's just like understandable. To me, it's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna fucking sue, dude. Get out of here. I lost a payday, right? You caused bodily harm and all that. The other camp, these people are saying like, well, what a bitch Michael Chiesa is. You fucking, well, I can't believe such a bitch suing McGregor for whatever the fuck. Where do you land there, Fred? Because I would sue like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. It's because of who it is. It's Conor.
Exactly.
Who literally just made like $100 million like 4.5 months ago. Why the fuck wouldn't he be the perfect target to sue? Who the fuck is... You know what type of people are calling motherfucking Chiesa a bitch for this? The fucking type of people that are salty because they ain't in that situation. Like, you know what I mean? It's a no-brainer. If I was fucking Rose, I'd be suing my pretty little tits off.
Yeah. Shit, get out of
here.
No
offense, Pat Barry. My bad.
Fucking still, like, look, you're 100% right. To me, it's just people that aren't in that position, and they're like, and the Conor apologists or whatever you want to call them.
It's a no-brainer. Like I said right before we went live, dog, I'm a fucking Conor stan. And if dude so much as farts in my direction, I'm suing that dude. He literally just made $100 million. You could pretty much sue him for stepping on your foot and probably get 20 stacks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just because he don't feel like heading to court that week. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We knew that going in. And at the end of the day, let's be honest. Do you think that Michael Chiesa stays up at night because a bunch of fucking literal keyboard warriors called him a bitch? You're a bitch for suing McNuggets. I'll bet he really gives two fucks. And he ain't gonna get that much money. Let's keep it a band. He ain't gonna get that much money anyways. This ain't no big deal. But he'll probably get like 25 stacks, 50 stacks, just a little something to shut the fuck up and get out of court. You know what I mean? He'll probably fucking get a car out of this or something. So fuck it.
They're gonna settle. They're not going to court. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'll be for a minute amount in the grand scheme of things. He'll ask for $1 million or $2 million, and he'll get like 20 bands and a new car or some shit. Congratulations, Mike. Hopefully you don't win enough fights where Conor gets to knock the shit out of you for that.
Oh, can you imagine the irony of that? I would love that. I'm here to get my 20 stacks back. I can't even do the right accent, still. Jesse, what do you think? Where do you land on this?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, it's obvious that, I mean, I think I turned into one of the soccer pros, right? As soon as like anything comes my way from Conor McGregor, I'd lay down on the ground, start rolling in pain, screaming about how he broke my back or something, you know, like, yeah, you're definitely going to go after the money. I mean, you'd be stupid not to. So yeah, big ups to Chiesa, man. Get your money. He lost a fight out of that. So, I mean, he's got to get, paid somehow. He didn't get to fight. He didn't get to show what he might have been able to do against a top contender, and got to get paid, man.
Yeah, sure, get that money, motherfucker. Hey, real quick, Fred, because you kept saying Stan. Are you using that thing where I just connected the dots about the Stan thing? You talk about the whole Eminem MGK thing?
Yeah, that's probably why I'm using that word, because I've heard that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the second person I hear say that. The first one, it kind of was one was like they said it, and I kind of just like, all right, whatever. I don't know what the fuck that was about, whatever. And then now you say it. Now you say it. So now I know it means something. All right, cool. Because if anyone doesn't know, Eminem against like this, everybody. MGK is like the one guy that came back at him with a semi-decent like diss track, and so now it wasn't the and I got tricked by it too. There was a dude that's like a super fan, like an Eminem guy. He called himself Stan. He's a Stan, right?
Yeah.
And he put out a diss track, and he worked so hard to sound like Eminem. He tricked me. I thought it was Eminem.
For about 40 seconds, I thought that. I thought, okay, buddy, you're not that good, and M's not that bad.
Exactly, right?
This is kind of cute, but
yeah, there's fans putting out diss tracks defending Eminem. So I'm kind of impressed by it. Like, it's almost like the McGregor effect, but with a hip hop with Eminem. Like,
listen, Eminem is a living fucking goat.
Legend. Hell yeah.
I mean, there's not many people on this planet that have an Eminem type status. Connor's cute and all, but he's no fucking Eminem.
No. Not to Eminem's level, but the people that come into his defense, similar.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Have you heard that shit, Jesse? All the diss tracks and shit?
Nah, man. It's so over my head, the whole like hip hop beefs and stuff. I just ignore it. I'm too old for that stuff.
Oh, I'm fucking here for it, but that's a different podcast for a different day, boys. I love the beef.
Tune into Gem City Jesus podcast. Was that on this one? On the 35th, the one that got knocked down?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it.
Fucking A, dude. Well, I don't know. I think if you put that up on YouTube, it get knocked down too, though. So what are you gonna do?
Definitely.
All right. Well, moving on. So UFC 228 happened this last Saturday. Tyron Woodley retained his belt, and let's just start with that fight. So Tyron Woodley finishes Darren Till, right? Knocks him down with a right hand, gets on him with a Darce choke that Till. That is the difference. People are saying, "Oh, Till doesn't know how to defend that," or Till was still fucked up from the knockdown and the shitload of elbows and shots he ate that he just was in la la and had no fucking clue what was going on, and he got finished. Bottom line, it was actually a really good showing by Tyron Woodley, and I think it showed Darren Till's lack of experience. But it was still a pretty good fight. What were your thoughts on that one, Fred?
Great fight, man. Great performance from Woodley. I hate to be the detractor, but it does seem like Woodley's performances be low-key a little spotty. Usually he's exciting like 80% of the time, 85% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the second Wonder Boy fight and then the Damian Maia fight. And I know those dudes make everybody, they're like Machida. They make everybody look kind of funky. But I really feel like them two fights being kind of boring hurt him in a major way. You know what I'm saying? Because other than those two fights, the first fight with Wonder Boy was dope. The knockout of Robbie Lawler was dope. Like, he was on a fucking nice roll, man. Like, really, real talk, we should be fucking praising Tyron Woodley quite heavily right now. I mean, I had said this on the Loudmouth podcast earlier this week. I think Tyron missed I think he fucked up big time at the end of this fight by not calling out GSP.
Okay. Yeah, because at the end of the fight, they asked him, who you want? What do you think is next? He goes, hey, look, I call people out, and that never happened. So fuck it. Whoever they put in front of me. He did what, like, the up-and-comers do. Okay.
Where do y'all rank Tyron Woodley all-time welterweights after this knockout win now?
Second.
You say second, Jesus?
Man.
Yes, sir.
I got to go third. I like GSP, Matt Hughes, and then Woodley.
Okay. This is a very unique thing. I disagree with you, Eddie, and I agree with Jesus.
Okay.
I love Matt Hughes, and I get what he did.
Right.
But all things considered, if you take Matt Hughes is like Pistol Pete Maravich. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get the.
I mean, there's a couple guys on his win column that he fucking defended his belt against that are like, huh?
Right.
Tyron don't really got none of those, Jack. Like, you got to go a long ways back in Tyron's career to find a
Mm-hmm.
Like, that motherfucker has been fighting motherfuckers that you know about for a long time, like back to the Strike Force days, fighting fucking killers, man. So I put a lot of stock in that. My point is, I got him at number 2. Yo, you want the fucking crown? The real crown? It's actually still out there to be had. GSP ain't dead. He ain't that old. Fuck. He just won the belt at the weight division above. Make no mistake about it. George is still around. And goddamn it, like I've said before, I don't give a fuck how long he's been gone. If he can still make the weight and he wants to fight there, quite frankly, for all of me, he is still technically the welterweight champion. I think Tyron dropped the ball by not being like, yo, George, I want the fucking real belt. I want everything you got. I want to prove that I'm the greatest welterweight of all fucking time. And what's the best way to prove that? By beating your motherfucking ass. Now, there will be a lot of people that'll say George is long in the tooth, But I don't really think that excuse holds a lot of water because he's coming off a W. In the weight division above, bro. You can't use that. He don't get the Shogun excuse. I'm sorry. If he comes back and Tyron knocks him out, fuck that, bro. You just lost the fucking legacy. Now, on the flip side, if George can come back and actually beat Tyron on with the motherfucking role that he's on, I mean, that cements the grave for George as the GOAT at welterweight. Fucking period, point blank. You can't beat it.
Well,
I think you missed the big one with that one.
Okay.
I agree with Fred about, if he wants to take the crown, he has to beat GSP. But I think I disagree in the fact that here's the thing. Tyron Woodley and his camp, they're pretty damn smart. They understand what's going on. I was listening to Dean Thomas on the MMA Hour, I think it was. And he was talking about how Tyron Woodley, he reads all this stuff, he takes everything, on himself, and his whole team, he said it, we understand that those two fights, Wonder Boy Part 2 and Maya. He was like, they were terrible fights. He's like, they were bad fights. We understand that. We just had to, find a way to win those fights. It just wasn't exciting. We understand that. That's smart. They understand what needed to change. And what needed to change was they had to come out with a different plan of attack against Darren Till. And it shows. It shows the level of expertise that Woodley has, that he was able to make Darren Till look like a chump, basically, right? I think the stat was that Darren Till threw 2 punches or landed 2 punches, right? Something like that.
Yeah, he didn't land very much.
Yeah,
he held him to two punches. That just shows the level of just how high level Woodley is by comparison to everybody else. The only thing is right now is he's got 2 competitors in his division, Woodley, that he needs to strike back before he can say that he is a dominant 170 champion, and he needs to fight the king for the title. And those 2 guys are, unfortunately, Colby Covington and Kamal Usman. One that's undefeated, one that had an interim title taken away from him. Both of them can lay claim that Tyron Woodley, until he beats them, he can't claim that he's the best 170er. After that, he's cleared out that division, and he can do exactly what he needs to do, which is go up against GSP. And GSP is smart. He's going to wait until Tyron Woodley establishes himself as the legacy guy. Right now, he's not a legacy guy. Because, okay, Fred, answer this question. If everything ends today, let's say Tyron Woodley dies today, are people going to say Tyron Woodley is the greatest 170er or second or third? He might not even get a mention after a few years, right? Because he hasn't completely dominated his division. He's been on a good run, like you said, but there's still 2 guys out there that can lay claim that, well, he never beat me.
I mean, I heavily disagree. Like,
hold up, he beats these 2 guys. There's gonna be another 2 guys that say the same shit. When are we gonna be done with
well, and I mean, at the end of the day, let's not get too fucking crazy with Usman and fucking Covington here.
Right.
These dudes aren't like, listen, GSP. Tyron Woodley should have been like, Colby fucking who? Motherfucker, I'm the champ. This is my 3rd time defending the belt, 4th time defending the belt. I've been around this game forever. I want George. What the fuck? Like, I'm fucking goddamn Rocky. I don't fuck. Let Kamal and fucking RDA, let them figure all that shit out. Like, I think if Tyron took a different approach to this, he might have got the GSP fight. And what the fuck would he be looking back for? Now, if that's not the case, then yeah, we know Colby Covington is probably it. But if I'm Tyron, I want that GSP fight. That's what I'm hunting for. Fuck his legacy. What about my legacy? I'm the champ, goddammit. I want my legacy. Fuck Colby Covington. What does fighting Colby Covington get me?
I get
if
you,
I'm
Fred.
Tyron Woodley. You know what I mean?
Right. No, you are totally right. But look at what his team and himself has said. At the beginning of his title run, he wanted to lay claim that he was the best. And he still says that he is the best 170er out there. Yet, he's turned back some pretty good title contenders, right? But now he understands that if he keeps hammering to the fans that I'm the best, I need to fight the best, blah, 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 blah. I need to call out this guy, call out this guy. The fans backlash against him. Nobody liked him when he was, well, I'm the best. I'm going to wait until somebody comes and fights me. They need to come find me.
See,
remember, nobody liked him when he did that initially. Now he's taking a different approach. And I understand what you're saying. But we got to let happen what's going to happen, because right now, if we're playing, what's matchmaker here, I'm pretty sure that we can all agree that Colby Covington is probably going to get that title shot in a couple, 2 months here at Madison Square Garden. That's kind of where they want to put him, right? I mean, that's going to happen.
What, GSP?
No. Colby Covington against Tyron.
That's probably what will happen.
That would be the move. At this point, it'd be move. I agree with Fred, though. I want to see GSP. I don't want to see that coming anywhere. Yeah,
they're probably going to do Covington, but fuck, I forget what I was going to say. I had a point. I agree with you, but I think something changed. This was the one. This was the fucking one for Tyron Woodley to finally say something. I think the move was right. Like, he finally, look, you're right. He fought Wonder Boy twice, fought Damian Maia, fucking knocked out Robbie Lawler. Now he's fighting fucking this young, hungry lion that they promoted constantly. Let's keep it a fucking buck. They didn't promote fucking Tyron Woodley at all. They promoted the fuck out of Darren Till, and I just destroyed this fool. You're young, hungry, undefeated Liverpool, whatever the fuck. I just hammered that dude. Fuck Colby Covington. Who has he beat that I haven't beat if I'm Tyron Woodley? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, people get on Colby's dick. Colby ain't beat nobody either. Colby's cute. I'll fucking give him that. He sits around with that fake belt, worshiping Trump, shooting his fucking mouth off. He's the Tekashi 6ix9ine of the welterweight division. That's what he is. And I'll give it to him. It's cute.
I just read up on who that guy is. First of all, his music's dog shit. But, my opinion, dog shit. But I heard he picked a beef with Ludacris. And I'm like, little motherfucker, go home. Go home. Take your pack and go home. You're an idiot.
Listen, he's got a beef with everybody. I'm telling you. He's like Colby.
Yeah.
Colby's got beef with everybody. Colby's got a beef with John Jones. Colby Covington. Let me explain something to you, Jack. A, John Jones will beat the fuck out of you. B, he does cocaine and drinks and smokes pot. So he might just be mentally unstable enough. Y'all talk a bunch of shit. You're out there. Let me tell you something. You are Tekashi 6ix9ine. John Jones is Jay-Z. John might smack you. If he says he will, he might fucking do it. You catch John Jones coked up, he's not playing games with you, Colby. You better stop making enemies. You're gonna fuck around and got one of these little fucking fight night shows. John's gonna walk up and smack the fucking taste out of your face, son. But Fabricio done threw the boomerang at you. You better stop playing.
But you're right.
They're playing with you.
You're right, Fred. You're right. You are completely right. And you as a fan, us as big fans, like hardcore fans of the sport, we understand what we want, right? But you have to remember that this is about the casuals. The casuals are the ones that are dictating how the ship steers. Yeah. And honestly, the Colby Covington, Tyron Woodley fight, if you make that, you can make a bigger deal after Tyron Woodley takes that fight. And let's be honest, it's not really that dangerous of a fight for Tyron Woodley, right? Because the way he's performing right now, he could definitely smash him, and then that could be the perfect platform of the hype behind all that to go up against GSP.
So here's the thing. You're right to a degree. You're right, but we need some things to happen, okay? You're right. If he can fight Colby Covington and a couple things happen, it could make the GSP fight bigger. Here's the thing, though. George is not too old to be credible to lose, but he's not fucking a spring chicken either. So that fight needs to happen soon-ish. We don't have a lot of time, which means Tyrone and Colby need to fight now, like December, November. We got to get that. That needs to happen fast. The next thing that needs to happen, and this is what Tyrone had going for him Saturday night, he needs an impressive performance. We need that Because that's the thing, man. MMA fans only remember your last shit. That's why I felt like this was the perfect time, because he had such an impressive performance. If Colby Covington comes in, don't score one takedown, and Tyron knocks him unconscious on the cage, yes, then Tyron, fucking call George St. Pierre the fuck out. Like, if that happens, I'll give you the one more, but we need that GSP fight. If I'm Tyron, I'm in his camp, that's the goal right now. That's who we really want. Even Connor. Fuck Connor. That's unreasonable anyways, right? Like, let him do 55, whatever. George St. Pierre, I'm the welterweight champion. I want to be the welterweight GOAT. You're still out there. You still exist. Let's fucking do this. And I'll give you, Jesse, you got a point. Usman's still on the come up. They just made the fight with RDA. That's enough of a, we'll see what happens there. Colby's got that stupid belt, that stupid gimmick. He's got the right wins. Fair enough. I'll give you that. Let's get that one done quick. And Tyron, please knock that fool the fuck out and then springboard that into the fight with George.
Oh, you're the promo for that for Covington Woodley. What's up, Jesse?
And that's the thing. Like, just the lead up to being able to expose Tyron Woodley to so many different fans and getting that much backing because of that. Exactly what happened with John Jones, right? And Anderson Silva. You know, Chael Sonnen came in, talked a bunch of crap, hyped up his fight, even though he didn't perform, even though he didn't do anything in those fights to, you know, be a credible challenge. He still raised the platform. And that's exactly what Colby Covington can do for Tyron. Raise the platform, make it such a high-level fight that GSP has to take notice and go, you know what? Tyron Woodley has been dominating. He just beat the biggest mouth in his division. I got to come back and make sure that my legacy, because all GSP cares about right now is legacy.
You know what's weird too, man? Just speaking solely by myself as a guy who's kind of not, I've never really been a Tyron hater, but never quite, you know, I bought the fucking pay-per-view because I'm an idiot, but like fucking, you know, I've never been the biggest fan of his either. I think he turned the corner. I'm a fan. I don't know what happened, but like, there's something about the UFC not promoting him and him having these, even if they are kind of sporadic fucking dynamite performances, he's got this underdog thing going. Like, I'm interested now. I care now. And I know he's dynamic. I know he's always had that. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I was on the fence, but something changed. I'm with it now. I'm with the shits. Like, you know, Colby's a good competitor, obviously, but even if it wasn't Colby, I think I'd be more interested in Tyron's next fight now. I think he's finally got me there.
Go ahead.
No, I think the reason for that, Fred, is because we've heard his story. The UFC sucks at telling people's stories, but the more a person is out there telling his story, doing all the promotion, just being a person out in the limelight that we can see and is exposed, that's how we find out and we become fans of them, right? That's how this has kind of turned the corner, because I'm guaranteeing you, if you take a poll of a lot of fans, quote unquote, of the UFC, you will find that a lot of them have done exactly what you're doing. They've turned the corner on Tyron Woodley, and now they're fans. Now they're interested, just because he's found that perfect balance between fighting with his promoter and still being a company guy, fighting the fights that he has to fight and performing. That was the key that he was missing. Like you said earlier, those performances, those dominant performances. Now he had it. Now we can move forward, and now we're all going to be more fans of him.
Right.
And if he keeps it going, it'll be perfect. Like, if he does it again with Colby, it's going to be, that's what we really need. Another knockout or something, or just super dominant, and it's going to be on.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. The thing, like, I've been a fan of Woodley's, but it wasn't because of UFC, or it wasn't even because of his fights. He has this. If you guys find him on YouTube, he has like a whatever YouTube channel, and he does these champ camp like videos where he shows you, he gives you a little bit of an insight into his camp, right? He has champ life, champ camp. You actually kind of get to know the guy a little better because of those videos, because the UFC ain't trying to promote him like that, right? And shit. I love how people have been zooming in, like there's like a screenshot, screen cap, whatever, of Woodley on top of Till, and people zooming in on Dana White's face, him looking just disgusted, like pissed that he's like, fucking want to win this fight. And then of course everyone coming out with their sources, and I am talking about Brandon Staub, Brandon talking about he's heard about like he's legit people in the UFC's front office saying that they were hoping Till was gonna win. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of that is me against the world kind of shit that is attracting a lot of fans now, right? And if Tyron Woodley keeps winning, UFC can suck a dick, and he's gonna get more fans, especially if he's performing like you guys are saying, especially if he gets knockouts on like Covington. Get a Covington knockout. You can forget about Usman. You can get that GSP fight right away. You get a Covington knockout. You get that GSP fight. You get to go. That Kamaru Usman be damned. I mean, sorry, Kamaru Usman is undefeated, sure, but he doesn't. I hate the fucking what is that? The needle mover quote, but Usman, he's good. He's really good. But, I could skip that fight.
And don't get me wrong, Tyron Woodley is no Kimbo Slice,
right?
But he's also no Daniel Cormier. If you smell what I'm cooking, like he could be used to get some fucking some of the black vote. Like let's keep it a buck here. Like he's about to drop a rap album. I'm sure it'll be garbage, but
with Khalifa, dude, he's got that. Hey, you know what? Hey, I have my thought on that track doesn't come out. I think it comes out on Friday. I think he calls that GSP on that track. That's my prediction.
That would be interesting.
Not that GSP is gonna hear it, but still.
Well, right.
Someone will tell him about it. All right, I gotta catch up on all these comments. Shout out to Joy Tremendous, Raider, Priya Rose, everyone in the comments clouds here. Everyone's hanging out. Joey says Sue McNuggets talking about McGregor, and then he says Woodley brought out the gangster on Till, beat him like he called his mother the N-word. God damn. he wrote out N-word. He didn't put the actual N-word. So relax, people. Right. Raider says I remember always being stoked to see Woodley on a card. Pre-Rose says Woodley's so skilled for real. He doesn't need to fight as careful as he has though. Which I guess is a good point. What else we got? Priya says I never bought into this energy stuff, but I totally felt the difference at the beginning of Till's fight that it was off. I love Till and still think Woodley's better, but on the right night, Till could have won. Well, right. Everyone's any given Sunday, like I say.
Yeah. Do you guys give any credence to the fact that maybe because Till went out of his way to be ready and on weight for 2 weeks, that might have hindered his performance and his energy and being so drained from 2 weeks of a weight cut? Because as you know, Eddie, the longer you do a weight cut, the harder it is at the end. When you finish, your energy is not the same. No, it's not an excuse, but I'm just saying, do you think that might have affected him and maybe he should move up to 185 instead?
That's a different question, but did that affect this performance? No. I mean, he said it. Listen, he got caught with the right hand. He said that he said it in the I don't remember where he said it, but he said they were working on that combination. He was throwing an uppercut left straight.
Right.
He threw the uppercut, but he didn't keep his left up. And when he threw it, Tyron threw it. He knows exactly he did something wrong. Listen,
he made a mistake. He got caught.
Who is Tyron trading his hands with? I'm blanking.
Duke Rufus?
Is it with Duke Rufus?
Duke Rufus and then a boxing. I forgot the boxing coach.
A boxing gym. Is it Floyd's team?
No.
Or is it who? Google that shit. He's training with
Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach's gym, right?
Is it Freddie Roach?
Yeah, he does Freddie Roach, and then he goes to Wild Card.
Wild Card. Thank you. Wild Card.
There we go. So is Freddie Roach's gym. There it is. Make no mistake about it, bro. If you're as talented as Tyron Woodley is and you go to a boxing gym like that and you stick with it, it's no coinky dink that he put that right hand on his chin. Homeboy knows how to box and he's got power. Like Darren Till's a very good kickboxer in Muay Thai, but Western boxing is a motherfucker. And when them gloves are that small and you got power, we always talk about it, but can you imagine Mike Tyson in his prime with a little bit of takedown fence, just waiting to land that right hand? It's over. He hits you one time and the fight's over. Now, I'm not saying that Tyron Woodley has Mike Tyson-esque power, but maybe something like it. You know what I mean? That first round or two, he fucking hits you with the right hand. You're fucking at least getting knocked off your fucking feet. You know what I mean? Like, you're at least getting put on your keister.
Right. And I think the head coach or his coach over at a Wild Card, and I just lost his name again, motherfucker. I think it's Eric Brown. Yeah, Eric Brown.
It don't matter.
His head coach is Dean Thomas, though.
Yeah, Dean Thomas is head coach, but his boxing coach is Eric Brown.
Right. It's a cat at wild card. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
like Freddie Roach's gym, like that's what they do is box, and he's been there. I remember seeing it. I think it was on one of the little shows though, but he was there, and homeboy was saying it's probably the gentleman that you just said. He's like, when dude first came in, he basically couldn't box.
Right.
And we taught him how to box. And when it's a gym like that, giving you that credit, it's just like the Diaz brothers. It's no coincidence they can box like that. They've been sparring with what's the boxer's name?
Andre Ward and
Andre Ward.
I think that one of their long-term coaches is Richard Perez in Stockton.
Yeah, but Andre Ward is a fucking legit boxer, and he's been a sparring partner of theirs for years with just these hands.
And he's bigger.
It's a big fucking deal, man.
Yeah, and he's bigger. They spar with bigger dudes. They take strong ass shots to the body and the head all the time.
I think there's something to be said. It's just like training jiu-jitsu in the gi.
Right.
Boxing with a boxer, doing Muay Thai with a fuck in Thailand. Like, you got to go train with the motherfuckers who specialize in that. And if you do, your boxing will be on a different type level. Straight up.
You're right. And the whole thing is being as smart to be able to blend it all together. And the thing is, what we've talked about before, Tyron Woodley has now had so many hours analyzing fights, analyzing all these fighters. And now he's able to really have all those skills and blend it all together, that it makes him such a dangerous person. And exactly what I was saying about that Dean Thomas interview is that they understand that. And they're saying now that he's such a complete fighter, now he has all the tools he needs. Now all it's about him implementing it and being as dominant as we need him to be so he can have these performances, which is what makes it exciting for me moving forward. Because now we're going to see the Tyron Woodley that we just saw, the one against Josh Koscheck, the one against when he won the title. If we get more performances like that, he's going to be one of the best for sure.
Yo, it will be interesting. And listen, this is not impossible. Floyd Mayweather used to be Pretty Boy Floyd.
Right.
That motherfucker pulled a Chael Sonnen or a Kobe Covington, or they pulled a Floyd, or however you want to call it. But at one point, they decided they were going to change their image. And there is something about us as the people just being morons that we're willing to just go along with shit.
Yeah.
Like, people just buy this fucking money Floyd shit. Tyron Woodley has the talent. And I'm not saying he should go crazy, but, maybe ham it up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the potential. At this point, you're right. Going against Kobe Covington, let's be honest. The race thing's going to be there. 100%. Kobe's a Trump guy. Tyron is not only a black man, but seems to be a proud black man. Fucking don't like Trump, about to make a rap album. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a lot of heat here where Tyron Woodley can start really expanding his fan base. And then if he finds himself in a fight with the fucking greatest of all time, who just happens to be another good-looking white boy, not trying to play the race card up, I'm just fucking saying here, he could really fucking make some major moves, man. If he starts really embracing his role in this sport, like, Tyron Woodley could become a major, major draw. It's fucking possible. He's got the talent to do it.
You're right. We've talked about it before, how if Tyron Woodley just adjusts his attitude a little bit, he doesn't need to go full like Colby Covington, Chael Sonnen, where it's like a complete character change. But he can, like you said, just kind of amplify the things that we already know are there, right? Just be a little bit more aggressive, be a little bit more thuggish.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to go that hard in the paint to oversell the thing. Just amp up a little bit of that street cred. And that would be just enough to make it something that a lot of people would get behind.
I know that he believes in Jesus and he's a big Christian. And listen, I'm not even trying to really be funny about that. I know like he's a family man. He's actually a really good guy. You know what I mean? So I realize he can't do much, but like, yeah, you're right. It seems goofy, but I'm telling you, think about it. Say they make the fight with Colby Covington, right? Damn, Eddie's having trouble getting back in, Jack. Say they make the fight with Colby Covington and they do the first press conference and Tyron Woodley shows up and he's got $300,000 worth of ice on him. Big fucking huge chain, diamond grill, just like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Just like something, not even saying nothing. but just like rapperly abrasive. You know what I mean? Like he's been hanging with Gucci Man. What the fuck? Just a big ass fucking like, oh shit, that probably costs $300K. And then he fucking smiles and it's just fucking all diamonds, $50,000 grill. That alone, I know it seems stupid, but I'm telling you, that alone would have motherfuckers buzzing a little bit. Like, yo, do you see how Woodley was dressed? Like that. That alone would start it. What the fuck? Just this aura that he can start to give off as he's the fucking king of the world a little bit now. Act like it.
Yeah. Remember, like what was it? Kimbo Slice. He wasn't too fancy with it, but he was just thuggish enough.
Right.
You know, he had the grill, he had the chains, he had the beard, he had the attitude, and the way he carried himself. It just gave you that vibe.
Right. He was definitely real with it too. Like he had just like the gold grill. But Tyron could do it differently because he's different. He's richer. Well, I don't know. Kimbo had that loot, to be honest, but Tyron's the champ. So he can come in. It's like Conor McGregor a little bit, man. I'm not saying act anything like him, but it's like when they did that media tour, Conor's outfits almost became a thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They were so out fucking landish, but that's like part of his little thing. Tyron Woodley can do that. He's a black guy. Let's be honest. Like he's got the pass to come in, ice the fuck out in a Gucci suit and just put everybody to shit because he wanted to. You know what I mean? Like he could do that and ham it up just a little bit and start putting a little Ric Flair on it. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's too bad that he fucking believes in Jesus. Because if he didn't believe in Jesus, he could hire me as his manager and we would take the fucking game over, son. We'd get him a little face tat. God damn it, big ass ice. We would change his persona. We would make him motherfucking an animal. People would be scared to fucking death of Tyron, Jack.
Yeah, you're right. Now, let's talk a little bit about the other big news of the weekend, which was the Nico Montano, Valentina Shevchenko debacle. How do you feel about them stripping Montano in the end?
I mean, I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. And I don't mean to be harsh on her. I get it that it's probably not great. I see all the crybabies out there. It's not fair and the like. Look, man. She was fucking sick and went through a lot of shit for a long time. And then finally we get here and 2 days, 3 days before she's supposed to fight, some other shit happens and she has to fall out again. Yeah, bro, we got to take that belt. You barely got it anyways. It's barely even a real belt. So we're going to holler that for a minute. Now, could she, obviously she's like one fight away, right? Or they let Shevchenko fucking beat on some other warm fucking blood bag and then they give her the winner of that fight. Like it's not like they're stripping her and putting her at the end of the line that doesn't even really exist in this division yet anyways. So I don't know. I think people are making a big fuss about nothing. And she's fucking all upset they took her belt. Like, bro, you're going to get a shot to fight for the belt again soon. And you couldn't fight for like 2.5 years or something. She won the Ultimate Fighter like literally like a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So, I mean, you know, a little bit of a bummer for her. But at the end of the day, bro, this was your chance to fight. I don't know exactly what happened this time. She was cutting weight and her body shut down. You know, that sounds like a weird excuse that I hear a lot these days. And I'm sure it's true, but like, who do we blame in that? Am I supposed to blame your body? I guess you should have been a little bit closer to weight before. I mean,
the UFC PI, maybe? That's where she was training at. Eddie, you alive over there?
Here's the problem. So I don't know what the fuck Google Hangouts is doing, but it's not just us. Apparently, like Google Hangouts just took a shit on everybody, and the live streaming, like the dashboard, is not even doing anything. It's taking you straight to like a timeout page. So at some point, this shit's literally just gonna stop itself, and there's nothing I can do about it. So like the show's.
Are we not live?
You know what I mean?
Are we not live anymore?
No, we're live.